welcome to Black History Month in Review. Dr. Carter G. Woodson launched Negro History Week in 1926 that later evolved into Black History Month. He once said that those who have no record of what their forebears have accomplished lose the inspiration which comes from teaching of biography and history. It is in that spirit throughout the month of February to highlight how our people are living out our ancestors' wildest dreams through the triumphs and progression of the struggles, movements, and people that have shaped our country. It is our goal to educate and bring to you facts and details that you may have never heard or simply forgotten in order that it may edify and inspire. The words of the late Kobe Bryant, the most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do. It's the one thing you can control. You are responsible for how people remember you or don't remember you, so don't take it lightly.
The past isn't dead. It's not even past. Anybody who pays even a little attention to American social affairs and politics knows that we still have much work to do in order for this nation to truly live out its creed that everybody is created equal. The lessons of Black History Month provide us with a way forward by examining our past. It inspires us. There are so many stories that have yet to be told about the history of Black America. Black History Month inspires us to search beyond the typical and to seek out the extraordinary. The stories are waiting. We just have to go and find them. History is also about the future. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said that history books had almost completely ignored the contribution of American blacks throughout history. Awareness of this undeniable fact can help us chart our nation's course to a more enlightened age for every American. So, on this first Sunday in February, Super Bowl Sunday, we will look at the first blacks in the NFL.
In the early 20th century, there is a segregated America.
And that happened in sports as well.
Even if you were a star athlete, the rules of segregation were still enforced.
It had to be awful, knowing that you were better than everyone and not allowed to play.
Before Jackie Robinson, there was Kenny Washington.
When Kenny Washington set foot on the UCLA campus, he was already a star.
He could do everything.
Marion Motley.
He was just a man among boys.
A guy like that coming through the line, it scares you.
Bill Willis.
Bill was a great player.
His style was giving all-out effort all the time.
And Woody Strode.
He had the reputation of being the perfect physical specimen.
His development as an athlete was just natural.
These four men were celebrated on the fields on Saturday.
But they were not drafted in the NFL because the league was segregated.
World War II finally came to an end.
The country was ready for changes on a lot of different levels.
He ruled the world. Everybody knew him.
My father was at the right place at the right time to be able to capitalize on that.
To be the first one, you take the brunt of everything.
My dad said he put me in the butcher shop.
It's funny when the movement makes the mainstream, but still don't do a bruise a dream, produce a new level of youth unseen.
looks at me, he says, it's hell to be black.
They'd step on his hands, near him, all that kind of stuff.
These men integrating football a year before Jackie Robinson is crucially important.
Fritz Pollard is shown in this picture in 1916. He later became one of the first two African American NFL football players, helping to lead his team to a championship in 1920. He became the co-head coach for the team in 1921, making him the first black NFL head coach. Bobby Marshall broke the NFL color line that same year as Fritz Pollard. Willie Thrower became the NFL's first black quarterback when he played for the Chicago Bears in 1953. Noelle Perry became the first African-American assistant coach in the NFL in 1957 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the first black broadcaster for the NFL in 1966 on CBS. Toller was named the first NFL Football League official as a field judge and head linesman. He went on to work one Super Bowl in a distinguished career. Franco Harris was the first African American to win the Super Bowl MVP in 1975. Referee Johnny Greer became the first black NFL referee in 1988. Washington Redskins quarterback Doug Williams was the first black quarterback to play in a Super Bowl in 1988. Art Shell became the first African American head coach in the modern era of the NFL. Super Bowl 41 was the first meeting between two African American coaches in 2007, Lovie Smith and Tony Dungy. And Tony Dungy became the first black coach to win. New York Giants general manager Jerry Reese became the first African American general manager to win a Super Bowl, and that was in 2008 Super Bowl 42. To date, there are approximately 59% African American players in the league, 30% assistant coaches, 10% senior administration, 9% head coaches are African American, about 9% are on the professional staff of the teams, 7% vice presidents, and only 6% general managers are African American.
As you can see, blacks have made great strides in the big four sports, especially football, NFL, basketball, and NBA. We dominate the sports as players, but we still haven't achieved the goals of leadership and being recognized as owners and managers. I hope that you have enjoyed today's Black History Moment in Review, and you'll join us again next Sunday as our youth pay tribute to some unknown facts and people significant to our history. And in closing, if you have on your African colors or dashikis or your Sunday best, please send us the pictures on GroupMe. We'll love to see you.